Hello guys, and welcome back to my Minecraft FTB series. Where we left off last time, I was down underground mining, getting a lot of different bits of materials. I went to get some sand because I ran out of sand in my induction smelt because you need it to be in order to triple your ore, essentially, or double it. Now, one thing I really want to do is, as you can see, my walls are horrible. You know, I haven't really got a house or anywhere I can call home. This is 2 blocks high, 3 in places, and it's not really what I would call a decent place. It looks quite horrible and messy. It's all over the place. You know, these items up to the wall. There's just stuff everywhere. So I want to make it nice. Now, I could have just demolished all this and replanted it all down, but I think what I'm going to do is to move slightly to a new area and make a particular building using the open blocks mod. It's got actually adds a quite cool item. So if we actually look at let's have a look here. Is it the builder's guide? It's this one here we want in the building guide. So this is from open blocks, and what this particular block allows you to do is gives you a ghost kind of image of a particular area that you're going to build in, and I'll show you. So you just need some glass, which I should have lying around somewhere, and I just need a torch. So it's quite relatively cheap to make, which is good. So there you go, bake that down, and I'm thinking I'm going to go over here. This seems like a good area to actually probably build this up. So let's just go and find out. Right, so if I put this down, what will happen is then this little holographic or ghost blocks, as you can probably call them, show up. And at the moment, I think it's in... Is it in dome mode or cylinder? I'm trying to think now. Let's have a look. So you can change... I'm not too familiar with this mod, slightly, so bear with me if I do make mistakes slightly. But what this allows you to do is you can have different shapes. So if you shift right-click, you can change what kind of mode it's in. So this is cylinder mode, so the shape of it is a cylinder, which seems okay. And then you've got a cuboid mode, dome... It's okay. Then you've got triangle, pentagon, hexagon, octagon, sphere, which is kind of neat actually. It's like a big sphere. Yeah, well that's usually what it means. Cylinder, cuboid, so that's just basically a cube, and then dome again. Now I'm trying to be stuck between the two. I like the idea of a dome, but then or the sphere. They're both exactly similar. I think there's just a slight difference. So if we actually just go down this way, because I need to actually access the bottom block, and my music is back up again. Let's turn you down. I'm wanting to make a nice big place, and I want the forge there, or smeltery, to be the centre focal point of this particular building here. So what I need to do is just make this large enough where I've got enough room to walk around it, because this takes up a 5x5 when you take into account the base, which is 3x3, and then the outer wall, which makes it to a 5x5. So I need it to be big enough so I can walk around, and then you also need the bits and pieces, the smelter, and the casting table, and all that kind of basin to be able to. So it's really, if you think about it, on the end of that, it's actually not 5x5; it's a 7x7 because you've got them as well. So I need it to be pretty big. So if this is, say, this is the size of it. Like that, and then I've got the basin and that on either side. I need enough room on these ends here in order to be able to actually walk around without bumping into stuff. And I don't want it being too big where it looks, you know, really small, but I don't want it to be too small where I end up getting stuck and it looks really cramped. So it's trying to find that nice focal point. Now I'm trying to think how high I want it. Now at this moment it's an 8x6. Let's bump it up to an 8x8x8. And I probably bump these out one more each side, so that's a 9, 8, 9. But that's 9 around the side and 8 high, which is kind of cool. How are we looking here? It seems okay. So I'll have enough to be able to walk around the side, plus I can also use these bottom ends. Now I don't know if I want it in dome mode or what. Let's have a look. Oh, do you want to do that? I think you need open hand to do this, so let's switch it to a sphere. What's the difference between a sphere? I don't know what the difference between a sphere and a dome is. I guess it's... A dome is half sphere, you would think. It's a bit weird. And then you've got a cylinder, which is kind of a good one. I could go with cylinder mode, actually, and just make it a dome at the top. So let's just bring this down some more, shall we? So that's 5 high. Yeah, we'll go with that. I think we'll go with cylinder to begin with, actually. bring it down one more. There we go. So it's going to be 4 blocks high. And then on top of that, we can actually mess around with doing a dome of some kind on top of it. But I think that's a good reference point. Now, the only issue I've got is these trees. There's a particular item I can use which will make it a lot easier to chop these down, because it'll take ages getting rid of all these. So let's head over this way. So if we open this materials and new book here and we look around, you've got different objects, as you remember from Tinkers, and there's different ones. You've got hatchets, you've got a shovel. Now the particular one I'm after, which is quite good, is the lumber axe. And what this actually does, it has a natural ability of fell trees. So it harvests entire trees. It has a maximum height of 30 blocks. Trees are defined as leaves on the top of logs. Area effect, it also has a 3x3 mining area. This is a fallback if a tree is not found. So the top one takes priority over the bottom one, but if there's no trees around, then this is what will happen, 3x3, which is quite cool. But it does require a bit of materials. It requires a broad axe head, a large plate, a tough rod, and a tough binding. So it requires 3 components. Now I don't need to make this anything massively amazing. I just need it. I think I'm going to make it a basic iron, because I've got plenty of it, and it's probably the best all round out of them all. So let me get all the stuff together for that, and then we can put it all together. And just if you don't know, just keep in mind that you actually need to, in order to get a metal one, I've said this before anyway, you actually need the actual plate cast. Well, you'll need a lower version of the plate, so in this case a stone one, in order to get the cast of it, the metal cast, and then be able to get the metal version. And also take in mind the cost of it. So in this case, a large plate costs 8, so it's going to cost me 8 cobblestone. And also for the tough binding, it's 3. And then you've got the axe head, wherever that's been put. Oh, there it is, which costs 8 as well. And then you've got the tough tool rod, which is 3. So it's quite expensive, this. That's why if you should only make the top tier particular one if you've actually got enough materials. So that's why I'm probably going to stick with iron, because it's one of the best ones to do. Right, so I've got that, but now I need the cast, and I also probably need some aluminium brass for that. So let's see if we've got any laying around. We do, yay. So let me just smelt this up and then get the cast versions of it. It's going to require me to have 4 more, which is a bit of a bummer. And then once we've done that, I will come back. But one thing I will want to mention now first off is I've been smelting up some alumite. I've got some aluminium left over, and that is because I want to actually replace this pick at some point. I'll actually get a better particular item called I think it's a hammer. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, this one here. I want to get a hammer, and what it does, the natural ability of this, it allows you to do a 3x3 mining area, and the direction depends obviously which way you pound the face of the pounded, and it also has smite 2 of what it does against damage, so it automatically has a natural ability of smite, plus it has a huge ability, which is kind of cool, but it's very expensive. Again, it requires 2 large plates, tough rod, and a hammerhead, so you're looking at about 25 ingots worth of whatever material you use, or blocks. But yeah, I'll be back in a few seconds. Right, so I've got all the materials I need. So I've got the iron plate, the tough rod, I've got the iron tough bindings, and the broad axe head. But what I need now is I will actually need an upgraded version of the tool station. Now, the tool station will allow you to do basic materials. As you can see here, there's only a slight selection, so you can do a frying pan if you wanted to, a shovel, hatchet, a mattock, and a few other stuff like that. But it won't allow me to do the higher tier ones, which have more great effect, aka the hammer and the, in my case, the broad axe. Geez, I forgot what I'm going to make. But yeah, I need a higher material. Now, what I actually need to do is get myself I think it's a tool forge, which is this one here, which actually you need some seed brick, some iron blocks, and the original tool station. Now, I don't think I need this anymore, so what I'm going to do is, if I've got some seed brick, I do just have enough, luckily enough. That's quite good, that is. I need some iron, which I think I have enough left over, so let's just get those in block form. I think I only need, is it 4? Let's have a look. Yeah, there's 4 of them, which is good. Let's get the rest of these away, dump them in there. And then I need, let's have a look here. I just need this original piece, so let's knock this up, and I can plonk it back down again when I'm ready. So all we need to do is go and jump in the crafting station, put this down. Now, actually, the cool tip is if you left click on this and then hold, I think it's hold shift and left click, it'll automatically put the items you have in your inventory, if you know it has them, into this crafting station, and then you can also just left click, so it's a lot smoother in order to be able to do it. Now I think it only works in crafting tables, it doesn't work in everything else. So in this case, if we open this up, you can see now that it's opened more options. So in this case, we've got the hammer, lumber axe, excavator, you've got a scythe, cleaver, and there's the battle axe, and there's these top ones that have opened up. So it used to be only these ones here, and it's opened up, I think, was it 6 more now? 7 more? Yeah, six more new ones. Now I want the lumber axe. So again, it's going to require the plate, the tough tool rod, the tough bindings, and the broad axe head. Now I can get myself a lumber axe with reinforced 1. It has a lot of durability. It has minus speed of 6 and combined to redstone. But I don't think I really need to mine redstone, to be honest. It's a lumber axe meant to cut wood. So what to call this? I could stick with the original name and just go Pickaxe Mark 1, so call it a Lumber Axe Mark 1, but I'm trying to think, should I think of a better name? Let's have a look here. I don't know, I'm not very good with names, so, I don't know, just let's call it, let's call it Harry. I don't know, I'm not very good with names, so we'll just call it Harry. For whatever particular reason, I'm just going to do that. Now, this is, like I said, it's got a cool natural ability, and it allows you to chop lumber trees down. So if you ever heard of the tree decapitator mod, that it has the exact same principle as that. So if we actually done this down, boom, and our logs will fall down. And I think it works with all kinds of mods. The only problem with the tree decapitator one, that it didn't work with modded trees, it only worked with vanilla. But in this case, it works with them all. So as you can see, it chops it down, and all the logs drop, but the trees' leaves will stay there. They will, I think they will disintegrate and disperse on their own time. So I'm just going to chop all these down. Boom, there's another one gone. And let's see, do I need to get, I want to get rid of as much possible around here, so I'm going to end up with plenty of wood. That's probably one of the good things about it. And load of saplings dropping down. But I want enough of a radius around me to be free, so I can build up and don't have to worry about chopping down trees later. But this is 100 times better. Look how quick that is. Plenty of wood, quite straightforward and simple. Yeah, look at that. Amazing. Oh, so much easier to chop down trees. Otherwise, I'd have to get up, nerd pole up, and get right into the inners of the trees to be able to do it. But yeah, look at that. Wow, straightforward. And I've also got some mana beans, and these are from Formcraft. But what I'm going to do at the moment is just put some of these down. Now, it is lagging a bit, and that's down to the amount of entities that are on the floor, so all these logs. But I'm just going to run around very quickly and place down a load of torches, and that's just 2, and then we're going to pick all these up. Leave them there. I think another thing I'll get is plenty of apples, which is another good one. Look at that. I've got nearly 2 stacks of wood. Wow, nice. I shouldn't be ever running out of wood again, which is quite good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run around and pick all these up, and then I'm going to get the materials together. I think the base of this, I'm going to make it out of stone brick. So quite similar to what I've got there, but it's going to be a cylinder shape. And then for the roof, I think I'm going to do it like a dome shape, and it's going to come in and look pretty nice. But yeah, I'll be back in a few minutes. I'm just going to clean all this up so it stops me lagging. Well, that was quite one. It got dark. I had loads of zombies to attack me, but that looks amazing. Look at that, all that space now. Now there's some rogue leaves attached onto that Formcraft tree there, but that's fine. I got plenty of wood though. As you can see, I got close to nearly 5 stacks of oak wood logs from that, and a couple of rubber wood as well from Industrial Craft, and plenty of saplings, and I got a few apples as well, which is kind of nice. But I need a few materials like this for now, which would be quite good. So let's grab all these together. So it should get me 4 stacks of 64 stone bricks. Yay. Now, I need to actually empty this out first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast all these into ingot form. So I'll have quite a bit of alumite. And I'll have to smelt them down again in order to use it. But I think that's probably the best bet. So actually, let's have a look. 24. Yeah, should be able to get them straight into block form, actually, which would be quite good. Let's just get them down, and I'm going to empty this out. I'm going to knock this down, and I'm going to put it right in the centre of the room, and then I can get rid of the building guide, and the dirt that I've placed out just to give me a rough idea. And then I can put all this build straight into the centre of the room, which would be great. Wow, nice and pink. Look at that. I'm going to take me out by this. No. Oh. There's so much damage. Fortunately, my team's not helping me out.